Now we will see what is a Hamming code. So Hamming codes are n comma k linear block codes. These codes should satisfy the following conditions. So first condition is number of check bits, that is q, should be greater than or equal to 3. That is the first and foremost condition. And the block length will be n, which will be 2 to the power of q minus 1 in this case, and the number of message bits possibility is k is equal to n minus q, and the minimum distance d minimum will be 3. So these are the conditions which should satisfy your Hamming code. Okay. So we know that what is the code rate? Code rate is r is equal to k by n, which is n minus q by n, and it is just you divide each and every element. So it is 1 minus q by n, or your n is 2 to the power of q minus 1. So it is 2 to the power of q minus 1. If q is very much greater than 1, then your r will be approximately equal to 1. Okay. Now we will see a problem based upon this Hamming code, so that you will be very clear and you can see all the parameters which can calculate with the help of the given matrix. So here since we need d minimum, the minimum Hamming distance to be 3, it will be used for detecting 2 errors and correct single error. So there is an important point in your Hamming code. If the d minimum is going to be 3, then your Hamming code is capable of detecting 2 errors, and you can correct 1 bit error in case of a Hamming code. Okay. Now let us have a parity check matrix 7, 4 LBC, that is linear block code, given by this h is equal to 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 0. You are asked to find G, the generator matrix, list all the code words possible, find the minimum Hamming distance, how many errors can be detected and corrected. So this is the matrix given. So as soon as the matrix is given, and you just note down what is the size. So from the size you can say n is equal to 7, k is equal to 4. So what is n minus k? N minus k is equal to q, which is 7 minus 4, which is 3. So this is code word length, and this is your message bit, and this is going to be the number of check bits you are going to add to the message bit. So appending number of check bits to the message bits, 4 plus 3 will be 7. So it is 7 comma 4. So whenever a matrix is given, first you check whether what type of matrix is given, whether it is a parity check matrix or generator matrix. How you check is, your parity check matrix is P transpose appended with I, and generator matrix is I appended with P. So this you should be make it very clear before solving a problem. Okay. So here this will help you in identifying where the identity matrix comes into account. So this diagonal elements are 1 over here. So this is identity matrix. So automatically this will be P transpose. Okay. So from the matrix given and the problem statement, you can check n is equal to 7, k is equal to 4, then the check bit will be n minus k, that is 7 minus 4, 3. So number of check bits to be appended, q is equal to 3. But you should check the condition also for the Hamming code. N should be 2 to the power of q minus 1. So 2 to the power of 3 minus 1, that is 7. So this is the condition you have to verify. And coming to the first subdivision of the problem, you have to find G value. So for finding the G value, you should get the P submatrix. So P submatrix is parity check matrix, which is q cross n size. H is P transpose appended with I, which is q cross n size. So this is the matrix given in the problem, and this is going to be the P transpose. So write the P transpose separately, and from the P transpose get the P value, just interchange the rows and the column elements. So, this 3 cross 4 will become 4 cross 3 over here. So, what is your generator matrix? Generator matrix is I appended with P. So, your I is going to be the size of K, because this one is K. So, totally it will be K cross N. So, I should be size of 4. So, take 4 diagonal ones, fill with the remaining elements with 0. So, this is going to be your identity matrix and this is going to be your P submatrix. Together this matrix element is called as a generator matrix. So, this is how you find the generator matrix given from the given parity check matrix. Next one is to find the code word. What is the code word? Code word, you know, it is C is equal to, that is the check bit is equal to message bit into parity bit. Okay. So, let the code word, how many code check bits has to be added? 3. So, it is C1, C2 and C3. Message bits is 4. So, M1, M2, M3 and M4. Just you take the message bit, multiply with the parity matrix. So, this is going to be the parity matrix. On multiplying this row element and this column element, your first C1 code check vector will be known. So, it is M1 and M2 elements only available. Okay. So, it is M1 XORed with M2. Coming to C2, C2 is this row element multiplied with the second column elements. So, you will be having M1, M2 and M4. So, it is M1, M2 and M4. Next, C3 check bit is multiplying this with the last column. It is M1, M3 and M4. So, it is M1, M3 and M4. So, your problem statement asks that you have to find all the possible code vectors. So, what are all the possible code vectors when your message bit size is 4? So, message bit size is 4 means what are the possible combinations? 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16 possible combinations starting from 0000 to 1111. So, these are the possible message bits combinations. For all these possible message bits, what is the check bits to be appended or added to the message bit? So, this check bit will be first one M1, M2, 00. So, 00 will be 0. You can find it here itself. This M1 and M2 XORing is 0. M1, M2 and M4 0, 0, 0, it is 0. C3 is M1, M3 and M4 0, 0, 0, so it is 0. Coming to the second message, M1 and M2 0, 0, 0, M1, M2 and M4 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is 0, 0 XORed with 1 is 1. Next is C3, M1, M3 and M4, M1, M3 and M4 0, 0 is 0, 0 XORed with 1 is 1. So, this is how you form the code vector. So, before trying to get the code vector, you just write the XOR truth table. So, XORing is 0, 1, 1, 0. So, if you know this better, you can easily form this code vector. So, we will see here code vector. First is M1 and M2 0 and 1, 0, 1 is 1. Next is M1, M2 and M4 0, 1 is 1 and 1, 0 is 1. So, this is how you form the code vector for the given message bits. And how you write the code vector? So, this is a check bit form. How you write the code vector? Code vector is message appended with the check bits. Message is M1 to M4 because K is equal to 4 and check bits is Q is equal to 3. So, this is going to be the code vector. And what is the weightage for this? Weightage is you have to just count the number of ones in the code vector. There is no ones here, 0. 3 ones are here, 3 ones, 4, 3. Just count the number of ones in each and every code vector and write the weightage. Okay, in the last you can see that almost all the 7 bits are 1. Next step is to find the minimum distance between the code vector. So, it is 2 to the power of k, 2 to the power of 4, 16 code vectors are possible. Smallest weight of any non-zero code is 3. So, this is going to be the minimum. So, which is the least value here? So, this code vector is going to be 3. Less than 3, is there any combination? No. So, 3 is the minimum Hamming distance, and this is going to be the smallest weight. And how many errors you can detect it and how many errors it can correct it, you have to make use of this formula. Since D minimum is 3, error detection is D minimum is greater than or equal to S plus 1, substitute 3 here. So, S is less than or equal to 1. So, it is going to be 2. So, you can detect 2 errors. And how many errors you can correct? Correcting is 2t plus 1. Just substitute and find the t value, t is less than 1. So, you can have one error can be corrected and one error can be detected. So, just note down these two formulas used for finding how many number of bits error can be detected, how many error bits can be corrected. Thank you. We will see in the next lecture what is Hamming encoder and how to construct a Hamming decoder.